This video is going to show a workaround on how to create items in your gradebook so that you can use the mastery section as a way to keep track of grading. So you'll see in the mastery section all of the different learning goals that you're keeping track of, and you want to use this as your grade. But when you go into your gradebook, you'll notice that you just have these two items for your essay. So it's potentially possible that you could just use these raw scores, but it's going to average everything, and you wanted it to be based on this mastery settings that you have in here, where there's a decaying average, or it uses the highest score. And this is just a way that you can get this to work the way that you want it to. So if you click the gear icon, you're going to hit the button that says Export Summary. And so this is going to save a comma-separated value file. It sounds complicated, but it's just a spreadsheet. And inside the spreadsheet, there's a bunch of stuff. The two important things that you want, and that it's good that it made, is this unique student ID number, and then this example objective A score, example objective B score, this score, which is what you're going to use. So I have this stuff saved on my computer. I just downloaded it. So now I'm going to go into Gradebook, and there is a button. It has three buttons. I'm going to click this, and I'm going to hit the button that says Import. Okay. So now you're going to find the file on your computer. So here it is. And then click Upload File. All right. So under here, it shows you all of the columns. And so you're just going to go through here, and you're going to match to a couple different things. The unique student ID is going to be matched to unique student ID. And then you're going to find the words score for all of the different categories. So I have not created the buckets yet for that. So I'm going to create assignments that are just going to keep track of these specific items, these learning targets. So now I'm just going to find the word score, and I'm going to hit New Assignment. Okay. So then when I hit Preview, it shows me what I'm doing. I hit Confirm. And then it says, you made some assignments. They're in the bulk editor. So go into the bulk editor by clicking on the word bulk editor. And you'll see right here that you need to finish adding these things. So my suggestion is that you have some categories created for the different items. Each single item should probably have its own category. That way, if there's things that you want to weight differently, you can. So I've already done that. The previous video that we talked about setting up your mastery grading setup, I kind of showed that. I can go into more detail with you personally if you want to sit down and we can work that out. But I've already done that, so I'm just going to put the different items. In a perfect world, they would basically be the name of the bucket. It's going to be the name of the item. But don't change the name of the assignment, because you want that to be the same as what is outputted by that CSV file, so you can just every time do this. And then go through here, put it as your grading scale. Okay, I'm going to have to change this to 4, because that's the most my grading scale has. And then you don't have to do anything else as far as due dates, but you do need to make sure that's in your grading period. If you don't add it to your grading period, it won't show up. So now that I've done this, if I hit Save Changes, it'll move it into this grading period. Okay, if I click back to my assignment, if I click back to my course, when I look at the gradebook, I now have the standards listed as assignments. And so if I go into, if a student looks at their grade, they would see their grade based upon this specific little standards. And all of the essays, essay 1 and 2, because I set those in the gradebook to be 0, they will be in the gradebook for the student. It'll show up. So I'll show you what the students will see. I think I might have broken. So, okay. So if I was looking at this as a student, if I go to grades, I will see the standards listed. And the essays individually, and then what my grade is, and it'll be an accurate representation of what my grade is. So the students will understand what they're seeing, it makes sense to them, MISIS will pass it back. It's actually using mastery grading ideas. Everybody's happy. Now, if I want to update this, so every time I want to update grades, I'm going to have to do this. So you'll probably want to do this a lot, because otherwise students will be asking, what's my grade, every week. So do it as much as you can. Go into mastery. And so I've already done this before. This is going to be the second time, so maybe I made another assignment. So I'll make another assignment real quick. So I'm going to add an assignment. We'll call this essay number 3. We'll put it as a, again, the category is essay. And then I'm going to give it the same rubric. Maybe it's due 9th. Sure. So I create this assignment. So under gradebook, I'm going to grade it. Or if they submitted it through Schoology, I could look at their files and grade it in Schoology. So I've graded their assignment. This is the most recent assignment. And so when I go into mastery, mastery is now changed with this new essay that they wrote. So I need to update these learning objective grades. So I'm going to do the same thing again that I did before. I'm going to download the summary. So export summary. Okay, so now I have my summary exported. It's a new file. And I'm going to go back to my gradebook. But this time it's going to be a little easier. The 3 dots right there, click it again, import, find that file, hit open, upload file. So again, unique student ID, score. But now I have existing assignments. So I can find those existing assignments that exist. So if you accidentally click the wrong thing, it's not a score, it's a number, and you don't want to add that to that score, you just make sure it's on the 2 dashes. So I'm finding scores, and I'm lining them up. Okay. So now the scores are imported or linked to it. So what you're doing here is you're matching to a data item in Schoology with the data item that was exported from Schoology. So you're just lining everything up, making sure that unique ID is linked to unique ID, the assignment's linked to the data item. So then click preview, and it will tell you what you're doing. Confirm. And then now their grades have been updated to their current level of mastery. So there you go. This is a way to get around some of the limitations of MISIS grade passback and still do some of the mastery features, and also give your students the grade that they currently have on Schoology.